Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. While scrolling through my Steam library trying to figure out what I wanted to play, I stumbled across a game that I remember talking about in the early days of my YouTube channel. A game that I wanted to see succeed more than anything else. I'm talking about World War III. Just recently, World War III received its Season 3 update called Operation SkyFront, and no one really cares about it. So let's go ahead and talk about World War III and why this anticipated title failed so badly. Stay till the end, I promise you will not regret it. But before we get into it, and if it ain't too much to ask, like and sub for more content like this. I'm also doing my first ever giveaway with the channel. If we can hit 10 members on the channel by the end of August, one of you will win this nice ass t-shirt. We already have 8 members, and it's only for the first 10. Okay? Let's get into it. Full transparency here, part of this video is going to be World War III gameplay and Battlefield gameplay because the servers are dead on World War III. Who would have thought? We all know what World War III is, but in case you don't, World War III is your battleground. Outgun the enemy in thrilling team-based skirmishes with a huge arsenal of weapons, vehicles, gadgets, and drones at your disposal. I feel as if this game is still currently in development, even though it technically isn't, but this game is developed by the Farm 51 and it was released into a finished quote-unquote free-to-play state on December 10th of 2022. Prior to that, the game would cost you about 15 bucks to play, which in hindsight is mind-blowing to me how cheap the game was for how good it was. World War III, while it was in its paid alpha state, was incredible. You had active servers, simple enough to play and enjoy, and overall just a banger of a game for only 15 bucks. However, the game would constantly be pushed back from its free-to-play state a plethora of times. We would see World War III is going free-to-play in a month, then get a statement on Twitter and in their Discord saying, due to unforeseen circumstances, we are delaying the free-to-play release of World War III. It went from being respectable to discouraging to downright fucking embarrassing after a while. Whenever I started playing the game, some of the veterans who were already playing had been waiting literal years at this point for World War III to go free-to-play, but nothing would come to fruition. During this time as well, the Discord pings would stack up once or twice a week, sometimes even once or twice a day, saying that the servers would be taken offline for server maintenance, and sometimes the maintenance would last several hours. On any normal day, the maintenance would be about 30 minutes to an hour, and after that it was golden, but on the days it was bad, you wouldn't be able to play the game for an entire goddamn day or two. When you're an indie studio, having your servers down for 24 to 48 hours is not only a bad look, but it also starts making people worried about the integrity of your game. During this time, the amount of content we had in the game was enough to get us by, but a lot of long-term fans and supporters of the title were sick of playing the same 2 game modes, the same 8 maps, and the constant server issues. Many people, including myself, were worried about this game's future because Battlefield 2042 was just around the corner. People like myself truly thought that as soon as 2042 was released, World War III would be dead, and boy was I absolutely fucking wrong. 2042 launched like a drag car with flat tires, so naturally everyone was looking for the next best thing, and that thing just so happened to be World War III. But where Farm 51 and their publisher fucked it all away and got it completely wrong, and what I believe caused them to fail horribly, they never capitalized on DICE's up. Farm 51 had been constantly working on this game and had been gearing up for such an amazing release. They had us amped and had us ready for what we thought was an amazing drop. World War III dropped in a free-to-play state, and I swear to every documented deity in the known universe, it was pretty much on par with 2042's release. The game reset everyone's rank, the content we were promised just didn't come to fruition, and the servers would continue to be taken offline, including the day it went free to play. And before we knew it, World War III had less players than Battlefield 2042, Battlefield 5, and Battlefield 4. And just to pour a little bit more salt into the wound, World War III currently has less players than Killing Floor 2. Granted, Farm 51 had issues with publishers and some internal conflicts that caused a little bit of a hindrance when it comes to the game's overall success, but to say that everyone involved fumbled the bag would be an understatement not understood by man. So where is World War III at now? Well, the game is on its last bit of life support. The game currently has around 580 players with a 24-hour peak of around 750 players on any given day, so needless to say, not too goddamn good. To see this title, this game that I wanted more than anyone else to succeed and thrive, get gutted by the lack of situational awareness pisses me off so goddamn much it's insane. Let's not forget, they still use their own proprietary launcher, so you gotta download a 200 megabyte launcher just to install 110 gigabytes of ghostware. Let me also mention that these guys have had to knock the game offline exactly 50 times at the time of recording this video. 50 times in 8 months. If you do the math, that's just about 6 times a month, roughly once a week, sometimes more than once. Now, I don't like giving companies and studios a hard time on server issues, but that That's some bullshit right there. I still love World War III and I want the project to succeed, but change your studio name to Shane Dawson because you guys didn't just screw the pooch on this, you fucked the whole dog pound when it comes to getting this game exposed to a large crowd of people. And just because these guys couldn't get it together, the game suffered and is continuing to do so. With me saying all of this, right, I'm sure the general consensus is going to be that I hate this game and I'm happy that it's dying because I'm right for once and it gets me off. And to that I say, that's absolute bullshit. World War III was an incredible game and it still kind of is whenever you can find a match, but those matches are few and far between. The game is sloppy without a doubt, but it was fun for what it was. What are my thoughts on all of this? World War III was undoubtedly meant to be great at its inception back in 2018, rivaling the Battlefield franchise by offering a thrilling and immersive gaming experience. Like I said earlier, this game was supposed to be the indie scene's answer to how bad Battlefield has gotten. And over time, the game has derailed into a chaotic mess caused by a series of poor decisions and neglect from everyone involved. The once promising updates that were expected to elevate the gaming experience and make World War III what it was supposed to be turned into a pile of overhyped updates and a big pile of shit, leaving veterans of this title frustrated and disheartened completely. Meanwhile, the new players who were just jumping in got exposed to how bad things actually were. The once active community this title had now feels fragmented and abandoned due to the studio's apparent disregard for player feedback and concerns. Many people noticed the blatant disregard of issues during the month of October when World War III would host an early access invitational to those who bought the game so we could play on the free-to-play version of the game and essentially get a head start. It seemed as though every ounce of hard work they put into World War III during the closed beta state went to waste because the game launched horribly like I said earlier. Most of those issues would have been prevented, and if they would have just listened, the game would be more than thriving right now. As someone who wants this game to come back and dominate the indie scene, it's disheartening to witness its potential being absolutely smashed and withered away, and the unfortunate truth that this game will probably never recover is always at the forefront of my mind. With games like BattleBit remastered on the map, Battlefield 2042 recovering, and massive milsim shooters still holding down a significant corner of the market, the writing is on the walls with this. The disappointment that I have in the dev studio, the publisher, the marketing team is staggering, especially the publisher and marketing teams, as they seem to have abandoned their responsibility to the community and failed to deliver on this amazing idea of a project. A project that did just fucking fine as a paid title, but fell by the wayside as a free-to-play title. It's sad. It truly is a sad sight to see. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit that sub button, that like button, and full send that notification bell for more content like this. And as always, my name is Redbeard Mortis. Speak loud, speak the truth, and I'll see you in the next one.